Yep, all of, we got another brother and a sister, right?
Yeah. And appointed my sister over executors.
Right.
But now in the will, it states for some of the other kids to have other things, correct?
Yeah, but most of the stuff that was willed to me and my brother has already been titled and deeded to us years ago. So actually, the will, there's like 2 pieces of property that is being split between the 3 of us according to the will. Everything else, like it leaves my brother a house that was willed to him by my grandparents in '87. I don't understand how the will would give him something that's already his.
Well, we've got 2 or 3 issues. The first one has to be, is it a valid will? If it is, then it has to be followed. But if it's not valid, then it's a whole different process.
And forgery make it not valid.
We have to determine that. And this be based on what we did find out, what the prosecutor may recommend, but we will consult with him because in order to try to do the best we can about it. Don't want that'll be yet, but it'll be the best judgment we can put together at that time. Is it valid or is it invalid, in our opinion? And that doesn't mean it's final, it just means that's our opinion. It could be taken to court upstairs, whichever way it might be, and determined otherwise. I mean, that's the official, the circuit court would be, but that would be up to the heirs again. If we said it was valid, then, as I said, you would have an issue. If it says it's invalid, then she may have an issue. But we have to determine one way or the other what's, in our opinion, is valid or invalid. And we'll do that on that day.
On the 20th, 10 a.m.
And from that point, then that tells us what we'll do at the next step. I mean, if the will's invalid, then we start over. Because right now, apparently what I'm doing, we're following what the will said, or she is.
Yeah. We're all going along with that right now, except she's already trying to sell it.
Well, and that's what our letter would tell her. Maybe she should wait before she creates any more possible problem. May not be problem, but it could be if that will is determined invalid.
Yeah.
But we will try to communicate that to her, and then we'll deal with the hearing on the next meeting. All right, thank you.
Sorry about the loss of your father.
Yeah.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is the McCorkle Community Food Service.
Hey, guys. Are we doing the program out there to suit LCOC?
So far, so good. First day we did 50 meals. Second day we did 30, and we're doing 35 meals a day now. Until I may have to adjust that later, depending on budget numbers.
Well, and I've been twice. Matter of fact, 8 months. I thought, well, I better sample this, And the program works, and I was eligible now. I didn't fudge. The program is 60 years of age, and I just barely had turned that.
That's what I understand.
Well, I told Alice anyway. And so it is, though, for just public information, at 60 years of age, regardless of income or whatever, you're eligible to eat at this program. So,
Correct.
And if it's below 60 or 59 and below, that's based upon the income.
Correct.
And it seems to be working well.
I think it's actually going to grow to a very big center. There are a lot of people within a mile radius of the center that could take advantage of the situation, so I think it's going to be a good thing.
Do you believe that if it grows, that it's best economically served by cooking meals locally here, central here, and taking them out, Meals on Wheels concept, or would that be evaluated at some other time where we should use that kitchen there, upgrade it and use it?
Well, I think that's something we'll have to look at. I mean, right now, with the gasoline prices, I think where they're at now, it is economically best to transport those because we're buying another vehicle to do so. In the future, if it gets to the point where there's a large number of people there, we may have to look at that, and that'll probably be a little bit of cost to do so.
Well, we're just happy to being partnered with you guys and working with the health department, working with Southwestern to make this happen. It seems to be seems to be really good. I mean, I'm concerned, I guess, I don't, whether, but get so far, I know that there's somebody gonna say, gain more money.
Right. That's why we were monitoring the number of meals. We've talked about possibly, if it gets to that point, instead of serving 5 days a week, maybe serving 3 days a week or something like that. But trying to keep the numbers up and keeping it within budget and so forth.
And probably, excuse me, maybe you all should introduce yourself just for the public and the record.
I'm Bill Carpenter. I'm the Deputy Director of LCOC.
I'm Samantha Ford, I'm the senior coordinator.
Appreciate you. Well, again, just, we just need to work as a team to make this thing, figure out which way we're going, how much and all that. But it is good.
Yes, it is.
And like President McCann, I've had the chance to go out to the center and sit down and talk to some of the seniors, and you can see there's a positive step in that area now. I mean, I think right after the center had the kitchen shut down, people felt a hit to their morale, and they didn't know exactly what happened. And now that the center's back up and running in the cafeteria part, even though the kitchen's not, the food program's up 5 days a week, better than it was before. You can see the people in that area, their morale has went up, and I'm afraid for a little while maybe they felt like they didn't matter, and we had just forgotten them, and they realized that it was just a problem with the kitchen, and they're thankful to have LCOC there, and so are we.
We're glad to help.
Appreciate it. Anything else on that?
No, we just, we're excited. I mean, we always like new things, and that's a part of the county we didn't serve.
Well,
So it's an opportunity for us to.
Well, you know, I talked probably 6 months ago to not to LCOC as much as I did to Dwight Coburn at Southwestern, trying to figure out if there's any way to do a program here. And there wasn't standalone, but I think by coming together, then I don't think LCOC could hardly justify doing it on their own, and they couldn't either at Southwestern, and we certainly could not. But by everybody coming to the table, I think we can afford to do it.
I agree. I think that the big thing was that we were able to serve two different types of people, the 60 plus and then the lower income 59 and below. And I think that's what made it feasible for everyone.
And some of the meals, if I understand it right, are supposed to be eaten at the site,
Correct.
and some can be delivered out into the community.
Correct. The 60 plus, we prefer that they eat those in the site. We understand there are some that can't do that and they can be taken out.
Well, and I think the cafeteria looks good. It's,
It does. You can thank Ms. Johnson for that.
I'd say, yeah, we had, somebody told me, said, we need to go in and buy flowers and tablecloths and all that. And I said, tablecloths and flowers? And Judy said, yeah, I need to go take care of that. So it does look good.
It does.
I just didn't have the touch.
Next thing on the agenda, it's tabled over from the last agenda. I need a motion to approve a donation to the Lincoln County High football team in the amount of $5,000.
So,
Second, and all yes vote, motion carries.
Okay, on to new business, I need a motion to approve the bills as submitted for payment.
so moved.
And second, all yes, motion carries.